Hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, or those who are watching our YouTube live, and also for those that will be joining us if you are watching later on YouTube. So my name is Jay. I'm from a social enterprise based in Hong Kong called Intercultural Education. If this is your first time joining, let me share with you a little bit more about what we are doing. Basically, we want to make people become true global citizens. And one of the things that we do is something called the Explorers Month, where every month we will travel to a different country to learn more in depth about the country's culture, about for example, the food, the religion, and something that is a bit more deeper, right? Because one of the things that's very iconic for this Explorers Month is something that we call virtual traveling or armchair traveling. It came about because due to COVID-19, we cannot travel for the past 1 or 2 years actually, and we really wanted to still be able to share all the beauty about the countries. And so for this month, we are doing some very beautiful country called Kazakhstan. It's the 9th largest country in the world, and actually I've been there. We have guests who are actually from Kazakhstan as well, who will be sharing a bit more about their hometown and their country. And over here I have something called the Karl Park, which is a hat, traditional hat, right? So maybe later, Johnny, would you want to explain what is?
It's a Karl Park. It's Kazakh national cap. As you can see, it's high crowned cap, and usually Kazakh wear it in winter, and usually it's made of sheepskin, so it keeps their head very warm.
Okay. Oh, okay. So this is actually something to protect and warm your hair as well. Head, not hair. Yeah. But having said that, let me welcome our guest for today. First of all, we have. Let's start with Johnny first, then. Since you mentioned, I can tell.
Hello, everyone, viewers. My name is Johnny Beck, and I'm from Kazakhstan. I am second-year student from PolyU. I'm studying biology.
Biology from the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. Yes, thank you for joining us for today. And then we have a lovely lady.
Hi guys, my name is Nazirke. I'm from Kazakhstan, from the east side of the Kazakhstan. I'm also from PolyU. We study the same major. Yes.
The same major. Gentlemen, where are you? Which side of
I'm
Kazakhstan?
From western part of Kazakhstan.
So we have both the eastern part and the western part covered for today. And as always, for our live audience, if you have any questions to our guests regarding Kazakhstan, for example, you want to travel there when the COVID is over, you want the best tips of where to go, feel free to write your questions down in the comment box. We will be able to see, and we will be able to reply to you in real time, right? Right. So without further ado, let's travel, right? We're starting here in Hong Kong. Right now in the office is in Hong Kong, in Kwun Tong, right? And let's take a little virtual trip from Kwun Tong all the way. We are moving to the wonderful country of Kazakhstan, right? For many people, they might not know where Kazakhstan is. Actually, what are some of the when you first came to Hong Kong? Were there any? Do you hear any interesting things about your country, or when people ask what's the most common reaction when you say that you're from Kazakhstan?
I think the first thing, where?
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. They don't even know about Kazakhstan a lot. Not sure why. I think it's just because we are more like developing inside of the country, not outside. But yeah, we're still like a developing country, so I guess we still have time for people to know about us more. Yes.
That's true. Johnny, any interesting comments from non-Kazakhstan?
It was not in Hong Kong, but other foreigners ask, do we really drink horse milk?
Yeah, we do.
Straight off the bat, we already got it. Like, yes, they drink horse milk, fermented horse milk, right? Yes. Even for me, I think the first time when I told my friends that I was going to Kazakhstan for traveling, they'll be like, Kazakhstan, Afghanistan.
Oh yes.
It's the same. It's dangerous. And so all the stunts to them seems like being together. So I hope that for the session for today, will give you a better idea about this really beautiful and wonderful country. But without further ado, now here we are, 9th largest country in the world, Kazakhstan, and Nazirke will take it from here.
Yes. So here on the screen you can see our Kazakhstan. So we have the longest land brought with Russia here on the north side. So on the north side is more Russia, and the south side is other Central Asia countries like Uzbekistan and Kyrgyzstan. So you can see the east side. I'm from the east side, and Johnny is from the west side. We're really far from each other, but we met in Hong Kong here. And yes, let's go further to see what we have here. So as you can see, now we are in our capital city, Astana. Oh, sorry, it used to be called Astana, but now it's Nur Sultan. It was changed like 2 years ago, but I think even though I'm not that old, I'm really used to call it our capital as Astana. Astana literally means capital, so I still like the word Astana, so I'm just calling it Astana. But now it's Nur Sultan, and now we are in the main place site for tourists called Baikonur. So let's go and see how it looks like from outside. So the Baikonur's history is pretty interesting. This monument is based on the folk tale about the bird and how this bird left her egg in the tree, golden egg, as you can see from the picture there. So Baikonur has a big golden ball, so that represents egg. So usually if you go inside of the Baikonur, you can see the handprint of our first president, who is Nursultan Nazarbayev. And maybe you noticed that our capital's name and his name is the same, which is Nur Sultan, because we really respect him, and he contributed a lot into our country. And there, and after going inside, you can put your handprint there and then make a wish there. So after we go opposite of the Baikonur, we can see a mall called Hanchatar Entertainment Center. The design of the center is pretty interesting as well. It represents our tent that our ancestors used to live in. Usually this one, exactly this one represents the royal family tent, which is the biggest one and most decorated one.
So I have a jumping in here. I have a question. Based on just now you talk about Baikonur, and also this is Hanchatar. Sorry.
Yes.
Just based on these pictures alone, it seems that it's very modern. Like the whole, I don't see any very old buildings. So is this like a newly formed city? Because I did heard about some history saying that it was built pretty recently.
Yeah, you're totally correct. Because Astana used to be just a steep. There were nothing before. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, it was 1996, yes. And Astana was just a small city, and then our previous capital, where it transferred to current Nur Sultan. And as our capital, a lot of money were put into this city, and a lot of new futuristic style buildings started to be constructed. Yes.
And looking at here, sorry to keep jumping.
Yes.
It does seem like, see, there's no clouds, so I suppose that the temperature here varies quite a bit. What is the coldest and hottest that you can get, let's say, in just the city alone?
I don't live in Astana, but I think it's around, it can be minus 40. I think it can get in winter, easily.
Minus 40.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's the second coldest capital in the world.
Wow.
So there's an explanation for that. So Astana, there are no mountains. It just steppe. So no mountains means there are a lot of wind just go around. So no clouds. They just go to another places. Also wind and the winter. Even the winter might not be that cold, but the wind itself is really cold. It just goes to your skin, and it's really hard to live there. But still, it's our capital. Yeah.
But when you go inside the building, it's usually warm.
Yeah,
right?
sure,
With,
warm.
and like
We
central
have,
heating.
Yes, yeah, we have a heating system everywhere because it's cold outside. Because
Ah.
in Hong Kong, it's like AC inside of the building. We have heating system inside of the buildings. Yes.
That's something that I cannot get used because I'm from Singapore. First of all, Singapore there's no winter at all, and then I came to Hong Kong, and then there's no heating inside. So then when people say, "Oh, you guys have heating and -40 is not an issue for you guys," like why? And, okay, now I finally got it. All right, let's sorry for jumping in. Let's move on.
Yes. So now we are going to totally opposite city.
Now we're going to Baikonur City, and historically, Baikonur is the first space launch facility, and it was built back in late 1950s when Kazakhstan was part of Soviet Union, and the first artificial satellite was sent from this Baikonur Cosmodrome, and this is largest in terms of area cosmodrome, and they also sent the first astronaut Yuri Gagarin to the space from this space facility. They also have Russians still to this day use this cosmodrome to send to space rocket to the space, and this place Russia still rents this place, and in this city people still use Russian currency, and they mainly speak in Russian, and you can also visit here as a tourist and visit Baikonur Museum, and also you can watch space launch as tourist if you want. Yeah, and as you can I personally saw space launch once, and it was really interesting to see.
Oh, so sorry, jumping in again. You've mentioned a few things I'm really interested in. So first of all, you said that in Baikonur in Kazakhstan, but in the city they are using Russian rubles.
Yeah, they use Russian rubles, and I think in school they can take Russian national exam after graduation.
So basically, it's like a little Russian, like a territory area in Kazakhstan.
Yes, when you enter this place, they check your identity card.
Oh,
yes, yeah.
Almost a pass. Wow. Okay, and then you have been there to watch like a live
space launch. I also in Baikonur Museum. They taught about history, and also you can see from 2 kilometers the space launch as a tourist.
Oh, okay. That's I also heard that way before like SpaceX and everything, there were a couple of years where actually the Americans were also using the Russian rockets to go up to the International Space Station. So I suppose most of the launch will happen in Baikonur.
Yeah, right? They send people usually from here.
Okay. So the next time, if you're in the audience, the next time you ever heard about the word Baikonur, do think about Kazakhstan. All right, very interesting. I think it's very important. It's actually part of the important industry or economy for you guys too, right? Yes.
Actually, I also have a question to Johnny. It's the thing that I've never heard of actually as well. Have you ever seen like astronauts?
Yeah, we saw them. Yes. I saw Kazakh national astronauts. We took interview from them, and also we saw that astronauts that were planning to fly. I think it was one American and one Russian, or 2 Americans. I don't remember exactly. Yeah, and they we saw them going in the bus. We waited them, and they were going to the rocket. They were going to the rocket.
Wow. Yeah. So it's like a school program that you get to like look at and talk with. Do you manage to talk with them?
No, we don't talk with them. We talk with other astronauts. Yeah.
Wow, if I'm a secondary school student, that would be the best highlight of my life.
I wish I had that as well.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move on, right? Now we're in another city.
Yeah, that's our the largest city in Kazakhstan and largest like populated city, and which is called Almaty. So the literal translation is apple grandfather. It means like in Almaty we grow a lot of apples that are let's say old. That's why it's called Almaty. So let's go inside. So actually I don't want to show you the inside of the city because cities are pretty similar to each other. I want to show you the outside of the city, our pretty nature. For example, let's go to the Sharon Canyon National Park. So this is literally canyon, and one thing that interesting thing I always hear from people is like the canyon in USA. So you don't even have to go to other countries to see canyon or I don't know, just mountains with snow to ski. Just go to Kazakhstan and go around. You can see a lot of nature places there, all at once. So let's go and see how it looks like from the near this point.
So this is like the Kazakhstan Grand Canyon.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Yeah. We have a question from the audience, but let's take it a bit later because it's for Johnny actually. So Johnny can have a look first, and but we'll take it in a short while. So Dan, thank you for asking the question, right? But now we are in Sharon Canyon.
So Sharon Canyon like stretches along the Sharon River. So canyon like was built, let's say, by winds and sun for a long time, and it's really a good place just to visit when you come to Almaty, and we really recommend it. After, you can even go to the river and do a lot of extremal sport things, and I think it's not that far from Almaty, but you have to take a car, and since the roads are not the best, we recommend you to take a big cars with people who can really go around there.
I've been there once myself too, and I fell down again. As a as someone who is not used to this like a nature, everything I'm a city person, right? Everything has like steps and everything is built nicely for you, and trying to go down that steep slope, I just didn't know how to control myself. But definitely it's like what you say, really beautiful. And the water is very cold though. That's something I did not expect. When they say, "Oh, the water is warm," and then I jump into the pool, and then it's 5 degrees or something like that.
Yes.
I'm like, what?
So next, let me introduce you our lake, which is called Kainde. So this lake is very unique. It's not just a lake, but it has trees growing up from the water. So it was formed in 1911 by the earthquakes. The water from the mountains just came to this place, and then the trees started growing there. So what makes this trees to be alive is limestone in the water, and even these stones give this unique color to this lake. Yes, it looks really pretty. It's also like a tourist attraction for people. You can even go to fishing here, and yes, I think it's really pretty place to even take pictures. I think people now really like taking Instagram pictures. So this is the first spot that you should go then.
And this is called the Kainde. Alright,
Yes.
so if you guys want, you can go to Instagram and search for the word Kainde.
So yes, the Kainde means the tree, the name of the tree, which is Asian spurs, if I'm not mistaken.
Asian spurs. Oh,
Yes.
okay. One quick question: do like your friends or family, let's say living in near Almaty, do they actually go out on a weekend to like picnic here, or it's more like a foreign tourist thing?
I think if you go like once or twice, that's enough.
Yeah.
The people who live there like their whole life, I don't think that they go like every week, but it's definitely a place that you must visit like once at least.
Okay, got it. Maybe before we move on to the next point, let's take the question from Dan. Right? It's a very, very good question. I'm also very interested myself all the time when talk about like post-Soviet Union and how the especially the age, right, older people, whether they feel nostalgic, and younger people. Just for the context, both of you guys were born after Soviet years, they probably do not have a lived experience in the Soviet times, right? But do you guys want to like take this question?
Okay, so the question is about how Kazakh usually view Russia or USSR, and so I was not. When I was born, I was not part of Soviet Union. I only know about life of Soviet Union from history books, and usually it depends. I think it depends on people. Some people have nostalgic feeling about Soviet Union, but some people also prefer Kazakhstan being more independent, since now we are a separate country and now we have own government, own policy. So I think it's difficult to compare quality of life, because it was different historic periods, and but now Kazakhstan is very good in good relationship with Russia, in our politics is very good with Russia.
Yeah, something to add. So I always had like some homeworks where I have to compare like USSR and Kazakhstan, like society, policy, economics and stuff, and even like on social side, I think I was talking with my neighbor. she was a bit old, and she was always like, USSR was so good, everything was so like, I don't know, comfortable. I think for older people, they tend to like USSR more, because I'm not sure why. They just like it. I think it's because they've lived in USSR most of their lives. So Kazakhstan itself as an independent country might be a bit different to adapt maybe. But for me, because I was born after the independence, I really like our country. I love it. I have no problems with it, let's say. So I think everything is good. And another thing, I think we had a bit of similar education system after the USSR. So I was living in I studied in two different systems. So the first one was a bit similar to USSR ones. I think it's really stressful and doesn't give a lot of education. That's why I changed my system to the A-level one. So that's my a bit experience that I wanted to share. Yes.
Oh, so your previous experience is actually with the system is more related to
yes.
the old USSR system. Oh, okay. I mean, I hope that answered your question, Dan. Thank you for that great question. Actually, I've also, like what I say, also be interested in it. I've asked a few friends. But it's also important to know that Kazakhstan, as being the 9th largest country in the world, there are many different kinds of opinions depending on where you are, the north, the south, the city, or the more village areas, and generational difference, like what Nazaki has mentioned, right? So be good if you guys can meet more people and get their opinions. That would be awesome as well. Right? Yes. Now we are in Kainde, and then where are we going next?
Let's continue with the nature sites around Almaty. Almaty is really pretty region to go. So the next one is big Almaty Lake, which is literally big Almaty Lake. But you cannot swim there, you cannot fish there. It's natural reservoir so it's the main water supply of the city Almaty. So people usually go there just to see the lake, see how is it beautiful, as you can see from the screen. Wow. Yes, it's really big and it's really pretty and blue. It's also the water came from the mountains. It was formed by the earthquakes long time ago. Yes, it's also a bit far from the Almaty. I think it's only 1 hour with the car. Yes.
Wow, and the color is really this. It's not Photoshop, right?
Yeah, it's not a Photoshop. It's really this pretty blue color.
Sometimes I look back at like my own like Singapore's sea or Hong Kong sea, and then I'm like, oh, it's green and algae, and that looks really again Instagram worthy.
Yeah, Instagrammable place. Yeah, and don't forget, you cannot swim there. You cannot take the water. It's really a clean water supply for the citizens. Yes.
So the water. So these are also drinking water for the citizens of Almaty, right now. Wow. And have you guys ever tried trekking? Like, it seems like there's a lot of like tall mountains as well. Like, is it common for people in the, let's say, as part of maybe family activity or something like that to do these kind of mountain hikes?
Yeah, I would say it's common. Like I have some friends from Almaty who are also students, and on the weekend they go to hiking on the mountains. They have picnic, and they have outdoor activities a lot in Almaty.
Okay, it's a very healthy living.
Since Kazakhstan has all 4 seasons. For the summer, it can be picnic, hiking. For winter, you can go to ski there. You can skateboard. I think we have a place like for tourists who can really go there and rent skateboards and skis and really enjoy the mountains and snow.
We have a question from Najit. Do you get fined if you try to swim in the lake?
Of course. It is a drinking water. You cannot really swim there.
I think it's probably protected, right? Probably the police or something will be there to make sure that no one swims there. Yeah.
I think it's really pretty hard to go down to the lake.
Okay, I see. So this is a wonderful place. All right, let's anything else to add in for this
I think we are ready to go to the next point.
Okay.
So now we're going to my city, from my hometown, and although Kazakhstan is landlocked country, it has Caspian Sea, which is geographically lake, but due to its large size, people call it sea. And also you can see there is in my hometown we have seafront promenade. It's kind of remind me a harbor if we compare it to Hong Kong, and you can walk here, you can take bicycle, you can walk in the night. It's very beautiful view here. And also we have like theater here, the artists come to make performance and etc. And also we can look at the Kaspi. Yeah.
Wow. You're just trying to make me jealous. Like all your seas and the lakes are like.
But usually we don't. People swim here, but as you can see, it really has many stones. So usually beaches are outside of the city. Yeah, usually people walk here. Yeah, and also Caspian Sea is very popular for oil industry, and oil industry in Kazakhstan is very important, and it's like one of main income to our budget, and we have many oil places. One of them is Tengiz, which provide with around 7,000 jobs for the people, and it's really important sector of our economy.
And this city is called the name of this city is
Tengiz. I think it's not like city. I think it's like more town.
Yeah. But where you're from? You're from
I'm from Aktau.
Aktau, right?
Yeah.
And this is near.
It's near Atrau.
Aktau and
Atrau.
Aktau.
Yeah.
Wait, Aktau and Aktau.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, they're two completely different.
Yeah, but they're both near Caspian Sea.
Near the Caspian Sea and the oil industry. So this is a big. Oil is a big employer and provides a lot of job for the Western Kazakhstan,
Yes.
right? Just based on your you talk about like Almaty, you talk about Astana, Sultan, sorry, and also Aktau, right? So Aktau, is it a relatively old city, or is it older than Almaty, or like
No.
based on your feeling? Or?
No, it's not older than Almaty. It's, I would say, new city, but Nur-Sultan also like new compared to. So I would say Aktau and Nur-Sultan has similar. Yeah.
So most of the buildings in Aktau in your hometown is it's relatively would you say like during Soviet era or even
They have all micro district from old Soviet Union, but now they're building like new outside the city because my city is small, and now they're making it bigger.
Oh, okay. So compared to Astana, the Nur Sultan, where everything looks very futuristic. At least Aktau has a mix of Soviet era buildings, grayish buildings, and new buildings, right? And I see. And just a quick question as well. Say compared, you are from the east, you are from the west. Are there any kind of usually do people compare between like east and west Kazakhstan, or like people from east and west? Do they have any memes or anything that say the eastern people are like this and the western?
So we have something called Ru. It's like how to say. I don't even know how to explain. Maybe you can try.
It's like division of Kazakh by ancestors. So like Ru, it means you have common ancestors. Yeah. So it's like made so that will not like cross blood. So because like to make like healthy to make both healthy generation.
Yes. So we are not allowed to mix our bloods until the 7th generation. So for example, I'm from Ru called Naiman. And he's from
I'm Khongrat.
So Naimans, every Ru are known for something. For example, Naiman's known for being really brave. They used to be on the front when there was a war and war with other countries, nationalities, and Khongrat.
I don't think the.
It's your chance to showcase your ancestors' power. Humble.
I may be humble. Yes.
Humble.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the audience over here, like a few things that two things that I learned. First of all, you have the Ru, which means you have to. Do you have to remember the ancestors?
Until the 7th.
And so when you have meet like let's say someone that you like or you wanna
you are not allowed to marry.
I mean, you can't. There is like no government like policy, but like
it's like unspoken. No, it's not unspoken.
Yeah,
most of the families follow that.
And
usually it's really hard to meet those people. I think I'm not sure though. And it comes from the father's side, the 7th generation. Mother's side doesn't count. I don't know why. Even though it's like I study biology, both genes should contribute into that. Yes.
We're talking about more paternalistic society.
Yeah, that's already my opinion on that.
I see. So let's say when you meet someone that you like, would you usually have to say I'm from this Ru and then this Ru and then make sure that you're not related before you start dating?
I think usually people ask.
Sometimes do that. Okay.
What is your Ru?
What is it?
Something.
And the other thing that I learned from you guys is not a division between like all East and West Kazakhstan. It's more like the stereotypes come from the Ru itself.
So let's say we don't divide. We consist. Kazakhstan consists of this rules, and even though we are separating, it doesn't mean that we're separated by the nationality, by our some assumptions or something. It's because just the Kazakhstan was so big, we could not one Khan, the king, couldn't control everything. That's why they kinda separated the regions so they can really control everything there. So everything will be consistent and no wars or any fights won't be between the regions. Yes.
I see. Well, that's something that I learned. Something new that I learned today. Even though I've been there, it's only because of you guys. And for our audience in the live chat, if you have any questions for our two guests, this is the time to ask. Right? We have almost reached the end of our trip around Kazakhstan. That was a very brief trip. But there's then we have one question as well. Are they separated into different classes like caste system? Will you find certain Ru to be in more powerful position these days? Oh, very provocative question. But I like that.
I don't think so. Yeah, we are not like separating into the rules. Oh, you are that Ru, or you are lower than me or higher than me. It's just something to remember when you're getting married, just to have healthy generation. Because sometimes if you mix the blood, your children might have some diseases. That's why. So we can have really healthy generation. That's the main explanation. Yes, it's not about having social status higher or lower. Yes,
it's just to prevent too many intermarriages or like
yes.
making sure that you don't like marry your relatives, right? Okay, right. With that, I have to say thank you so much to our two guests, Nazake and Johnny for like Johnny Beck. I keep calling you Johnny Beck for being our tour guide for today. If you have any other questions, let's say, or you are watching this later, not during the live, and you wanna know more about Kazakhstan or know more about certain cities, let's say if you're interested in Aktau, right? Specifically Aktau, specifically you're from
Uskimian. My city. Yes.
Wow, I don't even know how to spell this, but let me check out on Google. Feel free to write in the comments in the video. We will reply back to you, or you can follow us on Instagram, Intercultural Education. Right. And last but not least, I have to say that this is a wonderful opportunity, chance to have you guys here. They did actually Google Map seems to have some issues with Kazakhstan. Like there really is not a lot of data or a lot of like street views that we can do with regards to Kazakhstan. So we have already tried our best to show you something over here. But of course, the best way to travel is to be there. Either be there personally or to meet someone from there and just have a chat with them, and hopefully this has given you a bit of an idea about this very beautiful country, and with that we have to say goodbye to our audience. How would you say goodbye in
Saubo,
Saubo, right?
Yes.
So yes. And I just got reminded again. We are gonna have a few other events coming up. All right. So first of all, this Sunday, we're gonna do something called scent making workshop, where we will recreate the smell of Kazakhstan. When you smell it, it reminds you of Kazakhstan. That's something very interesting as well. My first time doing it, and also we're gonna have another videos, a few other videos coming up on this week and next week regarding Kazakhstan, women empowerment, as well as some more fun and factual stuff about Kazakhstan, right? So that's coming up next week, right? But with that, we have to say Saubo, and thank you to Dan as well for the for our questions, right? So do remember to subscribe to our YouTube if you have not done so, or follow us on Instagram, right? But with that, let's say Saubo, everyone, and have a good evening.